Cardi B and Stefon Diggs spark breakup rumors. Just 1 month after hard launching her new romance with Stefon Diggs, Cardi B is raising eyebrows with her social media activity. The rapper is sparking rumors as to whether she and the NFL star have called off their relationship. The June 1st post where they went Instagram official appears to have been deleted from both of their accounts. E! News has reached out to Cardi and Stefon's reps for comment, but has not yet heard back.
I ain't gotta stay in a castle. I'm talking about a real castle. Look at this. So it depends on your nationalities. Like when you come from nationalities that like they praise thick girls, that they praise ass, they praise thighs, they praise all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna walk around my flat ass. No.
Looks like Cardi might be stepping back into the spotlight, but not for the reasons she'd want. Word is, Stefon just cut her off and people are pointing fingers at that botched BBL. The photos had the internet in shambles. It was definitely not the look. Sources close to Stefon say he was vibing with her low-key until those pics hit the blogs. Then, he hit the brakes real quick. He reversed out of there like he saw flashing lights. See, Stefon's got eyes on him. He's got endorsement deals lined up, a whole Playboy image to protect, and none of that included Cardi popping up looking botched in the press. That was not part of his plan. But it gets even messier. Since Stefon swerved, Cardi's been moving mad different, throwing shade, doing the most, acting like she's too busy to care, but everybody's asking the same thing. Did Stefon crush her ego? Or is she just doing damage control because she got played in public? Fans started clocking the drama when Cardi suddenly wiped all pics of Stefon off her socials, including the one where she made it official with him. Yep, that real lovey-dovey post from a few weeks ago, gone, deleted, like it never happened. And now, the streets say it's officially over, done, finito. No more Cardi and Stefon, which is wild considering how hard they were trying to sell that fairy tale. He even went as far as renting her a whole castle, had her dressed up like a princess, chilling with her crew like it was a Disney movie or something.
I ain't gotta stay in a castle. I'm talking about a real castle. Look at this. Look at this. I've been to like every time I go to Europe, I can never go to Versailles. Or I can never go see the Tudor in England. He said, bitch, you want castle, bitch? I'll give you all castle, bitch.
This is mom in the movie. You sit all the way over at the edge while I stare at you.
Look how beautiful. This man is so adventurous. He got us in a fucking castle. Hey, look at this.
All Cardi wanted was a castle weekend, but now it's looking real messy between her and Stefon. And honestly, people been clocking the tension way before they ever said a word. The minute Cardi wiped every trace of Stefon off her page, including that little soft launch post where she basically confirmed they were a thing, fans knew something was up. Now the talk is, it's done. They're over, just like that. And it's wild how fast everything flipped, especially since they were just out here pushing that whole fantasy vibe. Stefon was flying her around the world, making it look like he was all in. He even rented out a whole castle in France just because Cardi said she wanted to feel royal for a weekend. That's how deep it looked, and folks were eating it up too. People really thought they were about to become the next major Hollywood couple. Cardi off the market, Stefon leveling up, all that. But behind the scenes, it wasn't sweet at all. That castle trip might have looked like a fairy tale, but truth is, it was also the last time they were seen solid. After that, shade, distance, silence, then it exploded. But here's the real tea, and it's messier than people guessed. Word is, Cardi might have been the one to end it. Sources say she got tired of Stefon's cheating and the constant embarrassment. And if that's the case, ain't nobody shocked. Stefon's been moving grimy for a while now, and Cardi, she's not one to play the fool for long. Cardi just got out of that wild ride with Offset, a relationship so toxic people started calling him off to cheat. The man had side chicks popping up left and right, public scandals, and the whole internet watching the drama unfold like a reality show. It was a mess, embarrassing and loud. And now with Stefon, it's looking like deja vu. Let's not sugarcoat it. Stefon's moving just like Offset. Same shady energy. Word is he's still sliding into his ex's DMs, getting exposed nonstop, and get this, He even had a baby with another woman while he was still messing with Cardi. That's wild. And after everything Cardi went through with Offset, she saw the signs from a mile away. She's been through it, getting cheated on, trying to defend her man, holding down a broken relationship while the world dragged her. So no one's blaming her if she didn't want to go through that whole circus again, especially not in front of cameras with a dude like Stefon, where everything's public. So yeah, on one side, it makes sense that she'd walk away. But here's where things get twisted. Because not everybody's buying that she pulled the plug. Insiders are saying Stefon ghosted her. And the reason? Way more shallow than anyone expected. The streets are talking, saying Stefon dropped Cardi because of that botched BBL. Folks in his camp claim he thought it made him look bad. And if we're being real, some people say they get it. Those pics had the blogs in a frenzy. And let's not forget, Stefon's always been flashy. He cares heavy about how he's seen in the streets, and he's real selective about the women he's seen with. So him cutting ties with Cardi over her look, as shady as it sounds, it tracks. Especially when the internet's been going in on her body all week. Videos have been flying all over the place. And let's be real, you had to have seen them. Cardi's body, it's just not giving what it used to. And the internet was quick to call it out. Folks been dragging her look heavy, saying the surgery ain't hitting right this time. And for Stefon, that was a major problem, especially with whispers floating around that some BBLs be carrying a whole odor. And he wasn't trying to be caught in that mess. Stefon's out here trying to protect his whole flashy playboy image. He's got brand deals, events, and a certain lifestyle to maintain. Cardi pulling up looking botched? Yeah, that wasn't part of the plan. So the second those pics went viral, he hit the brakes hard. Word on the street is he stopped flying her out, stopped showing up with her, and slowly started ghosting. Next thing you know, Cardi's deleting every picture of them from her page like it was never even real. But if we're being honest, it's not hard to see why Cardi started pulling back too. Everybody knows she's super self-conscious when it comes to her body. Every single time the internet starts popping off with wild comments, she jumps into defense mode fast. She'll clap back, post up a full glam shoot, and remind people that she still got it. Just like that one time after her performance, when the blogs were talking crazy, calling her botched, she came through with a fire photo dump to shut it all down. Cardi's body been a topic online for years, but in fairness, she's always kept it real about the surgeries she's had. And for a long time, people were hyping her up nonstop. Her look was tight for a minute, no question. But the thing about surgery, once you start tweaking here and there, it's real easy to cross the line. You fix this, you lift that, then do a little more, and suddenly, it's hard to tell when to stop. Fans been watching closely, and now some are saying her body's starting to look off. The internet's going wild with it. And the truth? You can't just undo this stuff overnight and bounce back flawless. Not every time. These days, Cardi don't even look like the same version of herself she once posted up so proud. Cardi doesn't open up much, but if you've been following her from day one, you already know where it all began. A huge reason she even got into plastic surgery had a lot to do with how she grew up and the world she grew up in. Where she's from, thick girls were everything. That was the whole beauty standard. Big booty, full chest, tiny waist, the classic Coke bottle shape. That was the dream look everyone wanted. But Cardi? She didn't fit into that mold. She's been real about how skinny she was growing up, and in her hood, that wasn't considered cute. The other girls around her were curvy, stacked, and she wasn't. And yeah, it messed with her head.
So it depends on your nationalities. Like when you come from nationalities that like, they praise thick girls, that they praise ass, they praise thighs, they praise all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna walk around my flat ass. No, some of y'all happy with it, that's great, but that just wasn't me when I was young. So I did what I did. Fuck it, suck my dick. The fuck, my ass took me a long way, bitch.
She's talked about getting teased, clowned, and made to feel like something was wrong with her. That kind of stuff chips away at your confidence little by little. Things started to shift when Cardi got into stripping, but not in the way people might assume. Getting into the clubs didn't instantly boost her confidence. In fact, she still didn't have that body. The one club promoters hyped up, she was slim, no curves, and in that world, curves are currency. That's how you get chosen. That's how you get paid. And let's be real, it's still the same game today because Stefon allegedly left her over it. Eventually, Cardi saved up enough for her first procedure, getting implants. She was just 18. And for a minute, it changed the game for her. She finally started seeing a version of herself in the mirror that made her feel good, that made her feel powerful. But anyone who knows how plastic surgery works knows it's never just one and done. It's addictive, especially when your whole lifestyle and environment is based on how you look. And for Cardi, that first surgery was just the beginning of a whole new chapter, one she's still deep in to this day. For someone like Cardi, who'd already been carrying a lifetime of insecurities about her body, that first surgery was just the spark. Once she felt what it was like to change something she hated, it got real easy to keep going.
I was a dancer and everything. Like, I had the titties, I had the bomb-ass tattoos, I had a six-pack, I could do a whole split, everything. But, not split, but I could do crazy pole tricks, all that shit. But I was missing some ass.
Next came the breast augmentation. That gave her a little boost of confidence, but in the club, it still wasn't enough. Cardi once shared that she was making way less money than the other dancers, all because she still had a flat backside. And in that world, curves didn't just mean attention. Curves meant money, respect, and status. If you didn't have the look, you got left behind. So the pressure, it pushed her to keep tweaking, fixing, adding. One procedure turned into another, and it all snowballed from there. But it didn't stop at just insecurity and money. Cardi was also dealing with some heavy heartbreak. Right around that same time, her boyfriend cheated on her, and in her head, she thought the reason was crystal clear. The other girl had a bigger butt. Cardi started telling herself that if she looked more like that, maybe he wouldn't have stepped out. And now, it's looking like the same thing just happened with Stefon, because allegedly her body wasn't giving what he wanted either. Here's the thing. Back then, Cardi was only 20. She was young, living in New York, hustling hard, and didn't have the kind of cash it takes to get a legit plastic surgeon. And to make things worse, she was still super slim, so she didn't even have enough fat for a proper BBL. But instead of waiting or saving up, Cardi did what a lot of girls in her position end up doing. Cardi thought she found a shortcut. She paid just $800 to a woman named Donna Francis for illegal silicone shots in her butt and thighs, hoping it would fix everything. No doctors, no clinic, just backroom work and a risky dream. But even after going through all that, Cardi kept chasing that perfect body. After those first few procedures, she actually chilled out a bit, had some kids, stepped back from surgery. At that point, she finally had the look she always dreamed of. So the pressure eased up. But peace like that don't last long. Fast forward to 2019. Cardi had her daughter, Culture, and everything changed again. Like a lot of new moms, she went through some real postpartum body changes that started messing with her confidence heavy. So what did she do? She got another boob job to fix the effects of breastfeeding on her chest, but she didn't stop there. She also got lipo to drop the extra weight that stuck around after the pregnancy. And once that door reopened, it didn't stay halfway open for long. Here's where it got rough. Cardi didn't let herself heal. Her schedule was packed. Shows, red carpets, deals, you name it. Instead of resting like she should have, she jumped right back into the spotlight. Her body couldn't take it. The toll hit hard. Her feet swelled up so bad from the lipo that she posted a pic online, and it was scary. You could tell her body was screaming for a break. That moment shook her up for real. The swelling got so bad her doctors told her she needed to sit down somewhere and actually rest. For a second, it looked like Cardi finally got the message. She even went online and said, "I've been working out for the past 2 weeks because I ain't getting surgery again." And to be fair, she really did try to take it easy for a bit. After all the drama, the swelling, and the hard recovery, she tried to play it safe. But with someone like Cardi, living in the spotlight under constant pressure, playing it safe ain't always easy. So when Cardi started eyeing her nose next, she tried to keep it low-key at first, just went for some fillers to test it out. But the fillers didn't hit like she thought they would. In fact, they made her nose look off and she wasn't feeling it at all. So eventually, she said forget it and went all in, got a full rhinoplasty to get it done right. But of course, it didn't stop there. After having her son Wave in 2021, Cardi straight up admitted she was thinking about a tummy tuck. She said the loose skin around her stomach just wasn't budging, no matter how hard she worked out. That pressure to keep her image tight, Yeah, it crept back fast. But funny enough, it wasn't the tummy tuck that had people talking. It was her butt. Out of nowhere, her body started looking way different, and people noticed. She posted a video and instantly had folks giving her the side eye. Her waist was snatched to the max, but her butt, still extra big, and the proportions were off. The internet ran wild with it. Comment sections flooded with people accusing her of sneaking off to get more shots, more sculpting, more work done behind the scenes. Some were saying she looked too unnatural, others even called it unhealthy. But you know Cardi, she wasn't about to let that slide. She hopped on Instagram Live and shut it down, saying she didn't get more butt shots. But at the same time, she kept it 100. She admitted her butt was looking a little weird and said she wasn't out here pretending everything was perfect. She heard what people were saying, and clearly, it was getting under her skin. After all that noise, Cardi made a bold move. She reversed some of her work. Yep, she went public saying she got her butt reduced, said she was over the exaggerated look and wanted something that felt more natural and grown. But the streets weren't buying it that easy. The second she stepped out with a slimmer frame, folks were analyzing everything. Before and after pics, side angles, paparazzi shots, trying to figure out exactly what she had done. And even though Cardi was trying to take back control of the narrative, people were still talking like she was hiding more procedures. But behind all that gossip, it looked like Cardi was actually going through something deeper. Insiders started whispering that all this change wasn't just about looks, it was about control. After years of being picked apart online, being cheated on in public, and being known more for her curves than her career, Cardi wanted to rewrite how the world saw her. She didn't want to just be the girl with the body. She wanted power back over her image. But that journey, it hasn't been smooth. Every time she posts, the comments still blow up. Some fans hyping her up, others dragging her for changing too much or not enough.
After I gave birth to my son, my ass was huge. And the reason why my ass was so huge, because bitch, I almost fucked 20. And you already know my ass already have some ass shots. In August, I did surgery because a lot of people thought that as soon as I gave birth, I got my body done. No, I didn't. In August, I did surgery and I removed 95% of my bioperimeters. If you know what bioperimeters is ass shots. But of course, right, they took it out of me, but they still had to shape my butt because they took a lot of ass shots out. So my butt is a little fluffy now.
It's like she can't win no matter what. And through it all, Stefon's name keeps getting brought up as the guy who reminded her that no matter how much you change yourself, someone will still find a reason to bounce. So now, people are asking, was this all about Stefon? Or was Cardi finally doing this for herself? Because, yeah, she might have trimmed down her figure, but the real question is, did she rebuild her confidence? Or is she still chasing a version of herself that never really existed? So yeah, it's pretty clear Cardi has some major regrets about her surgery journey. She's even spoken out, warning young women not to follow in her footsteps.
And all I'm going to say is, right, that if you young, if you 19, if you 20, if you 21, and sometimes you too skinny, and you be like, oh my God, I don't got enough fat to put on my ass and everything, so you resort to ass shots, don't do it. Like, I am super against ass shots.
She's owned up to making decisions way too young, chasing a body that the world told her she needed to have. And even after all the pain, all the healing, all the headlines, looks like she was back at it again. Word on the streets is, after having her youngest blossom, Cardi went under the knife again, just like she did after her first 2 kids. But this time, it didn't go the way she planned. While some fans say she still looks good, others are dragging her body hard, saying it looks crazy, off, and not the same. And apparently, that wasn't sitting right with Stefon. People close to him say her new look missed the mark for him, and just like that, he cut her off.
on Cardi and Stefon Diggs all y'all want, but at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding, baby. And that goes for many things. The difference between a boy and a man, the difference between the way a woman acts when she's with a boy and a man, the difference between a man loving the woman for her and a man loving the woman for the idea of her. Like, I feel like Cardi B with Offset was Cardi B. Cardi B with Stefon Diggs is Belcalis. Like, two different versions of her.
So now, Stefon dipped. Cardi's body is trending for all the wrong reasons, and her whole image is hanging by a thread. The surgeries flopped, the relationship's a wrap, and she's out here trying to drop new music. But all people are talking about is that BBL. The internet is gagged, jaws on the floor. What was supposed to be a fairy tale love story just crashed, right after stepping out the castle. And if the surgery is botched like folks are claiming, and Stefon's really gone for good, this might be Cardi spiraling in real time. So now the big question is this her rock bottom? Or is Cardi about to spin the block with a messy comeback like only she can? Either way, y'all better buckle up, because this storyline is far from over. If you love the tea, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. And check out the next video on your screen right now for even more celebrity drama you won't believe. We'll see you in the next one.